So yeah, so the reason was somebody claimed, why I've not been on, somebody claimed my video was theirs, and it was done twice, and apparently the company had done it by accident. I'm not going to name any names because for legal reasons. So I got blocked from Facebook, but I won the appeal. I won the appeal twice. The company wrote back to me, apologised profusely for kind of claiming that video was theirs, or the music in the video was theirs, when it wasn't. And the company were actually quite good in the end. I wrote to kind of two of the people there, and they're actually really good about it in the end and apologised profusely. Didn't help me at the time, and kind of obviously lost a lot of kind of airtime and kind of time on Facebook as well. But I just got on with it, and I just kind of did my stuff that I need to do for YDF Scotland. YDF Scotland's coming up, so I did a lot of work with kind of YDF Scotland while I wasn't on Facebook, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't message anybody, I couldn't see anybody's messages or anything at all. So it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Just give me a few hearts if you can see and hear me okay, just to make sure everything's up and running as it should be. Just show me a few hearts just now if you can see and hear me okay. A few hearts coming across, I'm presuming yes. Yes, there's loads of hearts coming across. There's a wee angry face. Who's got an angry face? Laurie Emmett, I see the hearts coming across, and Maria as well, Kathy Baker, Lauren John. Excellent. So I'm kind of out of practice, as you can see. But yeah, that's why I wasn't on for the last 4 days, because of that big, huge mix-up. Nothing to do with me or the team or anything else. It was to do with the company that put in the DMCA claim. But it's all sorted out now, and we're back to normal. So Q&A day today. What questions do you have about growing a business, creating a product, growing your email list, social media, online business in general, about my business, about me, about the pages, about anything at all? If you have any questions at all about kind of growing a business online, because ultimately this is what the YDF show is all about, and I want to serve you as best as possible, and that's why I like doing the Q&A day on Friday. And to be honest, I love the Q&A day because I get to think on my feet, and people ask me all sorts of questions, and hopefully I can answer most of the questions, but I get to think on my feet, and that's when I work at my best. That's when I'm most creative, when I'm thinking on my feet and I can answer people's questions. So, oh, Justin Negs, his booth is in the house as well. One love from Collective Evolution. He's from Collective Evolution, and I kind of reached out to Justin Booth as well when this kind of first happened, when I got that kind of block, and he was a great help. He kind of wrote to his team as well, so that was good. I really appreciate that, Justin, as well. So thanks for coming on, buddy. I really appreciate that. And Jesse Dubeck as well. Jesse Dubeck and his team kind of tried to help me as well, and they've got somebody within Facebook that tried to help, but ultimately they couldn't help in the end, because it's a separate team altogether that deals with kind of legal and infringement rights. But it all got sorted out in the end. But I just want to give a big shout out to Justin and Jesse Dobeck as well. So thanks very much for that. Right, questions. What questions do you have about Facebook, growing your page, about kind of growing a business online, about kind of making a product, about email marketing? One lesson I did learn about this and all this kind of debacle that kind of went on was the importance of having a contingency plan. So when I teach in the YDF program, when I teach about kind of growing your Facebook page and growing your social media presence, I always say that's really, really important, and you need that platform so you can build a business upon. But you also need something that you own completely, because I don't own my Facebook pages, you don't own your Facebook pages. Ultimately, Facebook owns the pages. So what you need to do is build up your email list. That is extremely, extremely important. If it wasn't for kind of me building up my email list and the work that me and my team do to build up the email list, we had a kind of webinar on Wednesday, well, a live training with myself and Maria Flynn. We had that live training, and if I didn't have the email list and I just relied on Facebook and social media, that training wouldn't have went ahead, because nobody would have been able to kind of see what I was doing. And so without the email list, that wouldn't have gone ahead. Plus I wouldn't have been able to make any sales or anything like that as well. So having an email list is extremely, extremely important. And that's something we're going to be talking about on Monday coming. We've got the YDF Monthly live training coming up. If you've not joined that yet, make sure you join the YDF Monthly. It's only $29 a month, and it's really for people who are starting out and you want to grow your presence online and you want to grow your business online. We're going to be talking about email marketing on Monday. So we've just discussed that at the business meeting just now. So that's going to be really, really important training. So if you want to do that, Maria's going to put a link up. Well, I'm saying that, but if Maria puts a link up to the YDF Monthly training, I think I might have it in here actually. Is that YDF Monthly? No, that's something different. So if Maria puts a link up for YDF Monthly. So yeah, so it's really important to build up your email list. You need that email list. Why? Because it's something that you own. Nobody can take that email list away from you. So you've got an autoresponder like Aweber or MailChimp or ConvertKit or something like that. You've got that autoresponder, but nobody can take that email list away from you. You've built it up, and they can't. If for some reason your autoresponder kind of went into liquidation or something, you would still have the email list, because what you do is you download that email list once a month as a backup. So you'd always have your email list to transfer to another autoresponder if something happened that that autoresponder went out of business or something like that. So you really, really need to build up your email list, and that's really kind of what came out. That was a big lesson that came out of kind of this debacle that's kind of gone on in the last 5 days. So, see if we've got any questions. Maria Flynn, what is a good price point to start for a program or a service, a low barrier to entry? A good price point, what you can do, Maria, there's different schools of thought here, but what I would offer, just say for example you've got a landing page, and that's a page where you offer something for free, like an ebook or a download, an MP3 or a video. You offer that for free. As soon as somebody signs up, send them directly to a page where you're selling something. So you always want to get your most bang for the buck. So on that page, on the thank you page, when somebody's signed up, you just say thanks very much for signing up. Your free gift is coming in your email. Check it in the next couple of minutes. In the meantime, you might want to check out this, and it could be an ebook, a very quick program that you're doing, like a video kind of course, a four video course or something, and price it below $97. I would probably say below $49. So there's a low barrier to entry. So say $49 might be max. $97 is a wee bit high, but I have experimented with that, and I did it kind of over the last 2 weeks. I've experimented, and as soon as somebody signed up for a free MP3 that I had for a positive affirmation, I sent them to a page saying thanks very much for signing up. You're going to get your free MP3. It's coming in your email inbox in about 2 minutes time. In the meantime, and I gave them information about beliefs and why beliefs are so important for self-confidence and for relationships and everything else, and I offered them a program for $97. Now, it was an experiment, but made $1,000 on that. I think there was about 3,000 people had visited the initial landing page, and about 50% of them signed up, so that was 1,500 people, and it made about $1,000 altogether. That was just from an experiment. So much so that I'm going to kind of tweak that and just make it better. So you can go up to $97, but I'd say, Maria, maybe price at the top $49, so there's an even lower barrier to entry. So I hope that helps, Maria. Leander Headford, we can't advertise what we do, but can only do this in people's home, so by word of mouth helps. How can you successfully build a business when we can't use online? If you've got an offline business, you'd have to use a kind of traditional marketing route. So that could be flyers, that could be kind of having parties, depends on what your business is. It could be having parties in your shop if you're selling, I don't know, makeup or something like that, or hairstylist. So you'd have to use a traditional marketing route. So that would be newspapers, that would be kind of the yellow pages. I don't know what you call it over there, if it's the yellow pages. I would imagine it's still the yellow pages. So yeah, it'd be traditional marketing. So, but you have to get online. Leander, I don't know why you're not online, but can only do this in people's homes. So by word of mouth helps. How can successfully build when we can't use online? Now, I don't know what you mean that you can't use online, because everybody can get online. Is there a problem that you can't get online for? So I don't quite understand that. But there's traditional marketing as well. You can do radio advertising as well, so you could do all that kind of stuff, the traditional marketing route. I would always suggest social media is by far the cheapest, the quickest, the best way to advertise your business. Definitely. So I don't know why you can't get online, if you just let me know that. Laurie Emmett, a question and a comment. I'm currently creating a download page for some digital products. Is it worth trying to put any measures in place to stop people downloading the product and then claiming a refund from PayPal, saying that they have been able to access them? I have heard a lot of people complaining that this is a problem they have with PayPal. My gut feeling is just to accept these things will happen and not stress about it, but thought I would check that there's nothing I should be putting in place to minimise such problems. What you can do, if you've got a download page and they're getting sent to that download page after kind of PayPal, what you can do is keep in touch with the person, obviously, just to give them the correct download page, just to say, here it is, you'll be able to download it correctly. Another option is to go a wee bit higher, Lorraine, and maybe get Kajabi. For example, start using Kajabi, which is $129 a month, and you can have lots of different products on there and one site on there as well, and that takes care of all that for you, so you know when somebody's gone in and looked at your download or downloaded the product as well. So I would definitely recommend kind of stepping it up a wee bit rather than just having a PayPal link. But you can do what you're doing just now, just as a way to kind of get started. But to minimise it, I wouldn't waste your energy, if I'm being honest, because you could waste a lot of energy. And if you're getting 50% of the people doing that, then you know it's time to change. But I would imagine it's going to be a small percentage of people that's going to claim they couldn't download it and they want a refund. So the refund rate, just to give you an idea, Lorraine, the refund rate typically on a product is between 5 and 15%. That is the refund rate. Now it depends on how good your product is as well, and how much of a relationship you've built up with your audience as well. So for example, Positive Life Affirmations, the refund rate is down about 2%. So I hardly get any refunds on the Positive Life Affirmations I've got. So it depends on the relationship you build up, and the relationship you build up by email as well. So as soon as they've bought, don't just leave it there. Make sure everything is okay. Just send out, it could be an automated email, just saying, listen, I know you bought the program, just want to touch base and see if everything was okay with you, if you liked it, if you had any problems downloading or anything, and just keep in touch with them, so you're kind of negating people coming back to you, and they're not going to come back to you as often because you're keeping in touch with them. So it's good customer service as well to do that, Lorraine. So I hope that helps. Lauren Jono, what's a good first product? It could. That's a good question, Lauren. A good first product would be, it used to be ebooks would be a good first product, and it's still very much the case as well, because an ebook is kind of relatively simple to create, and it's relatively easy to kind of make yourself. If you've got the knowledge, you'll be able to put that into an ebook, no problem, within 30 days, and that could be your first product, say for $19. So an ebook is still a good option, but I would think about other things as well, other things that you've got to offer. So you could offer, Lauren, with your experience, you could offer like a 4-video program, a 4-video course for say $49, for example. So it's only got 4 videos in it, it's in a membership area, and it's speaking about something extremely specific. So for example, how to get over stress within 30 days. That's just an example off the top of my head, but that would be a great product to start with as well, because with video programs, Lauren, your kind of personality comes across, your energy comes across, your enthusiasm comes across as well. So that's why it's good doing video programs as well. But just make it one that's an hour long, and you divide it up into 4 kind of videos, and the perceived value on video membership areas for only $49 is going to be really high. So you've got to think about the perceived value as well. So if you've got an MP3, for example, the perceived value for that might not be very high, or the perceived value of an ebook is not as high as it used to be, but the perceived value of video memberships is much higher than an ebook for an MP3 or anything like that. So you could do that, just 1 hour video, chop it up into 4 pieces, and then offer it in your membership area on Kajabi. I know you're on Kajabi as well. So I hope that helps, Lauren. Follow up from Leander Headford. We can't use Yellow Pages as Tupperware. Ah, right, I'm with you. We don't advertise online. We can have a private Facebook page, but we can't advertise to the internet world that we do what we do. Ah, I'm with you. So really, Tupperware, things like that, and kind of party programs like that, is really kind of about using flyers then. So it's going to be within your local area for the Tupperware. So you might as well utilise that and just kind of make up flyers and just go door to door and say there's a Tupperware party happening on such and such a date. If you want to come along and join it at this address. So just use flyers and just go on foot and just put them through doors. Keep on putting them through doors, and hopefully word of mouth kind of builds up from there. So I see what you mean about not advertising online and stuff like that. I get what you mean now. So yeah, that's going to be the traditional marketing route that you would use, Leander. So I hope that helps. Susan Jackman, Liana, can you do something, or you're not really marketing but you're using it like you do live videos of cooking and then putting products in the containers or something? So Susan Jackman's kind of going to Leander with that kind of follow-up. So I still think there's lots of things you can do online. Like Susan was saying there, the videos, we've kind of mentioned this loads of times in the past as well. Live video training, or you could do a live party, a live Tupperware party. So imagine this, just thinking outside the box. So you have a Tupperware party, you've done the legwork and you put kind of flyers through doors as people come to the party, and you're just saying, listen, I'm going to do a live event on Facebook for this. So you put it on live, and that's advertising for as well. Obviously you wouldn't advertise your address or anything like that, and then you could promote that post just to people, or promote the video, because it's not seen as a promotional post for Tupperware. You're promoting the specific video, and you could do it to people just within your area. So that would be a good way to do it, just thinking outside the box as well. So I hope that helps, Leander. I'll just see if there's any more questions. What time are we on? We've got enough time. Okay. Stephen Webb is saying, Leander, you can generate a lot of income from a very small group. Doesn't need to be big. That's very true, Stephen. It's the same with kind of email lists. You can make a lot of money from a small email list. It doesn't have to be a huge email list. And it's the same offline as well. You can make a lot of money from a small group, and it's just a dedicated group of people that you need that are going to want your kind of Tupperware, for example, over and over and over again. So yeah, that's a good point that you've made there, Stephen. And Lauren Jono, thanks, Steve. That's great. Thank you very much for your question, Lauren. Really appreciate that. Corey Maurice is in the house. Good afternoon. Who else? Good idea. Stephen Webb is saying, from Susan Jackman. Stephen Webb is saying, Leander, a private local group on Facebook. You add your customers and stay in touch. Another brilliant idea as well, and something we've talked about in the past. Whenever I sell a product, I've got a private group. So anybody who joins the main YDF program, there's a private group just for people who buy, and you could do that with your kind of party plan or your party kind of Tupperware stuff as well. So you're not promoting it, but you're keeping all the customers in one place. They can ask you questions, you can do videos, and you can advertise when your next party is going to be, for example, as well. So that's a really good idea as well. So usually for every product that I've got a private kind of Facebook group, and private Facebook groups are brilliant for doing that as well. I'll just see if we've got any more questions. Leander's saying, wow, that is really awesome, thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and obviously what Stephen's given you as well, and Susan Jackman, kind of the advice as well. I think that's really good advice as well. So I love it how everybody kind of just chips in. They've got their own ideas and thinking outside the box as well. Maria Flynn, is there such a thing as pricing too low? Does it look cheap? Yeah, I think so. Do you know, whenever you go, well, this is my thinking. When I was kind of younger, I'm not saying I'm old just now, but I've got a different mindset. So I used to look at, do you ever get pound shops over there? You might get $1 shops over in the States, or wherever you are. It'd be dollar shops, or we've got pound shops over here. And I always think the stuff in the pound shop is going to be absolute kind of shit, to be honest. And to be honest, a lot of it is. And that's how I perceive that kind of online as well. If you see an ebook and somebody says, this is worth $1,000, but you're going to get it for $7. The perceived value on that is just going to be way, way, way low on it. So that'll be a definite no-no as well. Don't kind of hype it up to be worth $1,000 when it really is only worth kind of $7. So I think $7 would be too low, because people would see that and think, if it's only $7, it can't be that valuable information in it. So I would price it kind of definitely over $10 and up to $49. And for example, an ebook I'd kind of written was How to Become an Advanced Early Riser. I'd priced that $37 because I tested different price points out, and that was the best kind of price point. And the perceived value in that is quite high, $37 for an ebook. For goodness sake, you'd think that was way too high, but it's the information and the way you market it that does the rest for you as well. So you've got to push that perceived value up. So for example, the perceived value of a book of How to Become an Advanced Early Riser, as I was saying to them, you can save, say, 21 hours per week if you get up early and use the techniques in this book, and I'm going to show you exactly how you don't lose sleep, you don't feel tired during the day. So the perceived value, 21 hours a week. So say for example, that's everybody earns $20 an hour, say for example, that's the average. So 21 times 20 is 420, is that right? 420, something like that. So $420 they could save a week, or they could potentially make a week, because they're saving that time on sleep. So that's kind of how I've done it. So you've got to look at the perceived value of your product and see where you could save that money as well, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps, Maria. I don't know if that made sense or not. It didn't make sense in my head, but it came out some kind of way. I don't know how that's come out there. Jock J. Davis is saying, would you start a private group before selling a product? Yes. If you're thinking about a product and you've kind of got it on the go already, you've almost started writing it or creating it or making it, I would start the private group. You don't need to get anybody in. Well, you need at least one person in the group first. But you can make the group, make sure it's all kind of set up the right way for people coming in, and you can start inviting people in if you want to, kind of say friends and family, so it looks good whenever a new member comes in. So say if there's 23, 20, 30, 40 people in there already, and a member comes in, they're automatically going to think that 40 people bought the product, so the perceived value again is higher, and they think they're going to get that education within that group as well. So I would definitely start a group before you kind of release your product to the world. Just see if there's any more. We'll do this last question because I'm coming up for 30 minutes now. It just goes by so quick. Stephen Webb, how to be an early riser. Drink 2 pints of water the night before. That tip was for free. Yeah, you'll be an early riser within about 2 hours. You'll be getting up. 2 hours sleep. So the last question was from La Isla Bonita. What is a good blogging platform to use for starting to make a blog? You need to use WordPress. WordPress, I wouldn't use Squarespace or any other programs like that. Use WordPress, and it's a self-hosted WordPress. That means is your kind of WordPress. Nobody's got control over it. So there's WordPress.com, and you could have your site on that. But use a self-hosted one where you can download all the files and upload them to your server, for example, or the hosting company that you use. And with most hosting companies, you can do a one-click install of WordPress. So WordPress is definitely the best platform by far, has been for the last 10-15 years, and will be for the next 10-15 years as well, because there's so many people using it. There's so many plugins, which is an add-on that kind of builds up the functionality of your WordPress blog, and they've got so many themes, which is a design aspect of it as well. So WordPress is definitely the best way to go, Laisla, for anybody else. WordPress.com, Catherine Cox has put in WordPress.com there. Don't use WordPress.com. That is a kind of platform, and that's a hosted platform. So you have nowhere near as much control over WordPress.com. So go to WordPress.org, and that's where you'll get the files for a WordPress blog, and you can upload that to your server or your hosting company, or you use your hosting company to install the WordPress.org files. So 2 separate things. You have to be careful of that. Yeah, WordPress.org, Catherine, you're right. You're totally right. So it's WordPress.org. Tina Farrar, today my goal is to get a domain name. One small step at a time, getting started here. Brilliant, Tina. Brilliant. I know you were kind of having about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I think it was, you're swithering over kind of what name to pick, but you're going to go for it, and that's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. As I said, we'll put up that link for the YDF monthly program for you, because we're doing our live training on Monday, and if you're not a member yet, obviously you won't get to see that. If you're a member of the YDF tribe, or if you're a member of YDF monthly, you'll get to see that with Maria, Flynn and I, and we're going to be doing training on building up your email list and the importance of building up your email list and how to do that using social media and using other ways to do that as well. So make sure you join the YDF monthly. It's only $29 a month, and it's well worth the training, and you can cancel at any time as well. Keith Wells, I'm just the last one. Cheers, Steve. Great as usual. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend as well. Whatever you're doing, have a brilliant weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. It's good to be back, innit? I'll see you on Monday again. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.